Hi, Mike here. You're watching Scout Restoration Yukon. In this video, I remove and replace the transmission mounts for my 1966 International Scout 800. I will show all the details. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out. These are the transmission mounts I got from Scout Plus. So I'm under the Scout, having a look. I've got a hydraulic jack under the transmission. So the first thing I'm going to do is unbolt these two nuts. So let's get to work. They're 9/16. So the first thing I'm going to do is undo these nuts here. Like the other one, it's easier to get out from the other side. So I'll have to move here. Get on the other side of that. There you go. Okay. So there, it's unbolted. It's jacked up a bit. Basically, we have to take this whole thing out of here. Now this is 9/16. So what I call this part is, I'm going to call it the saddle, because it's sort of shaped like a saddle. And then it has a spacer on top of it. So here's the spacer, the bolt, the saddle. This whole section here all comes out. I really wish I had done this before, but I didn't have the part before. Now it's turning up top. 9/16. That's okay. I have a wrench on there. Okay. So there's one nut and bolt. Okay. That's the fourth nut and bolt. And what I see so far is nothing moved. There. Move now. Okay. So the whole thing came out as a unit. So now we're going to go over to the bench and change those mounts. These are the old transmission mounts. As you can see, they're in pretty bad condition. I didn't get polyurethane mounts because I was worried they might squeak. I wanted rubber mounts, so I waited till I could get some good rubber mounts like these. It's just a matter of unbolting the old mount and bolting the new ones back in. I'm going to take that over to my other bench and wire brush it with a grinder with a wire brush on it.
Get these off up here first. This little one in the middle. Two.
After cleaning the bracket with a wire brush on an angle grinder, I painted it with black paint. So this is the way it sits in the Scout on the cross member. This little mount goes like that right in the middle. Two 5/16 fine bolts with never sees on them. Here and here, right? And lock washers and nuts. So just tighten them up. Not too tight, they're just 5/16. There. There. And there's a second mount like this one here, identical to this one here. And it goes on the passenger side of the cross member, right? Over here. And there's a little angle iron on the edge of the transfer case. And so it's like a foot, and it sits on this bracket here so that the transfer case can't torque over if you're in low gear or something, or you come up against something solid and it could torque over. It rests against this block here. And it's really hard to get at. I can't really show installing it, but I will replace it. Then the mounts go like this and like this. So we have 3/8 fine thread here and here with lock washers, nuts. Okay, so I just have to tighten those up. 9/16. Flip it over. There. Okay, now I'm ready to install it. Just goes like that. The notch here faces the rear. Attention, fellow Scout enthusiasts. Thanks for watching. I hope that you're getting useful insights from my videos. If I can earn 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to create Scout videos for a long time. Please like and subscribe so that we can continue this journey for years to come. I will show all the details. Over and out. Okay, so now this goes back in here. Like that. That's the new mounts. 4 bolts and nuts with never sees. Okay, there we go now. There. 1 bolt started. Start another one here. There's another one started. The 4th one here. So those are 4 bolts going into the cross member. Each one of those gets a nut and a lock washer on the bottom. Here. Okay. One done. That's good. Another one here. Finally, this one here.
That's done. So I have that in there. Now, it's the saddle. Has to go in there. There. So the saddle's on there, right? Spacer. Here. And then after that, 2 long bolts. On there. Right. The second long bolt goes up here, through the spacer, into there. Let's try this ratcheting wrench. That's good and tight. That's good and tight. Now I'll let the jack down. There. So the only thing left to do now is these 2 studs. Just take a fine thread nut. The new rock washer here. The nut here. Tighten that up. And then on the other side, and another nut over here. And you may note also over here, there's a bolt and a nut that attach the speedometer cable to the cross member. I will tighten them now too. First of all, I want to tighten this one here. Tight. Then I have to move to get the other side from the front of it. No big deal. There. Okay. Don't need this jack here anymore. Get it out of here. Don't need this blocking anymore. So I'm just going to tighten this cable here. That's tight.
This is where the second rubber block goes. It prevents the transfer case from torquing over. In conclusion, I am happy that I waited for the rubber transmission mounts. Polyester mounts can squeak. In my next video, Engine Hookup 1, I work on the clutch linkage, carburetor linkage, fan belt, ground wires. I connect, diagnose, and repair the engine compartment wiring harness. I will show all the details. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out.